This is Henry Frederick of Headline Surfer, and I'm here today at the Ocean Center at Daytona Beach, where there was a retrospective for Volusia County Chair Frank Bruno in his 8 years in office. He's now a candidate for the state senate against State Representative Dorothy Huckel. With that said, we interviewed Carl Persis for our Sunday conversation, which follows now. So this is Henry Frederick of Headline Surfer, and I'm here with Carl Persis, the winner of the August 14th primary for Volusia County Chair. And Carl, we're here today at the Ocean Center for a retrospective, I guess, on the county chair, Mr. Bruno, Frank Bruno. Yeah. What'd you think of the event today?
Well, I thought it was a good event. Sometimes you really lose track of things that have happened in the past. And
time goes by real fast.
Yeah, and I thought Frank, the county, did a good job of putting together, you know, things that have occurred during the last seven and a half years.
So, now that the primary is behind you, any surprise in who your opponent is?
Well, I think a lot of people were surprised. I tell you quite honestly, I was not. I was telling people in my campaign that I really thought this is how it was going to end out. And so now here we are at the end of August, and we're ready to go.
Well, I mean, I spoke to Hyatt Brown after the ceremonies today, and I asked him directly, you know, Mr. Doran says that he didn't lose to Carl Persis. He lost to Brown & Brown in the Speedway. And Hyatt Brown, of course, thought that was amusing, and he didn't buy that. How about you? Do you buy that?
No, I think each candidate, when you run for office, it's a combination of so many factors that determines whether you win or whether you lose. But at the end of the day, it's you're running against your competition, and you're running against yourself.
Right.
And that's part of it. You know, all of us, you, me, we all have a reputation, and
hopefully yours is better than mine.
You kind of either benefit from that reputation or you lose from that, and you can't really change it. And so I think in this race, I believe that that's what happened.
Well, you know Spring Chicken. I mean, you've been in the county council for 8 years now. Yeah. And that was just 8 years, right?
Yeah. 7.5.
7.5, coming on 8. Yeah. And before that, you were an administrator in the school system.
Right, sure.
So you know the lay of the land, you know the people, you know the issues. Let me ask you this. If Doran says that it was Ted Doran versus Brown & Brown in the Speedway, and you don't buy that, and then Mr. Brown doesn't buy it, are you running against Mr. Davis, or are you running against the Republican Party? Now, keep in mind, this is a nonpartisan race, but you're on the big ticket here. You know, Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. Right.
No, I am running on the ballot. It'll say Jason Davis and Carl Persis, and I'm running against Jason Davis. And my campaign.
You're clear about that.
Crystal. And my campaign is going to be focused on my record as a public servant, and what I have accomplished and what I can bring to it. And it's going to be my skill set. And then I think the voters will see a sharp contrast between what I can bring to it and what Mr. Davis can.
I'm sure you realize, being that it's in the general election, there's going to be a lot more media scrutiny. You'll probably be doing quite a few debates.
You think I'll be doing more debates?
It'll be over on November 6th.
It will be over.
With that said, we're going to have a story with this presentation on email that you had sent out to Democratic executives, where you recognize that they were pretty unified at the primary, the Republican Party.
Yes.
And you naturally be concerned about that impact on you, as you're basically you're the top of the ticket locally, and sure it's county-wide. Do you think that letter resonated with the rank and file in the Democratic Party?
You know, I sent it to the members of the Democratic Executive Committee.
Party, I mean.
I'm going to go to a meeting this evening and just see if they have any questions, if they need me to clarify anything, or maybe they're going to ask me, why did I do that? I didn't mean that as a slap on the wrist.
Oh, no, I don't think anyone took it that way.
I meant that as a wake-up call.
Wake-up call, right.
It's a wake-up call. Are you all engaged in this at all? Because the Republican Party seems to be. And I need to know whether you all are going to be able to assist or not.
Now, you seem a lot more intense now, a lot more focused, a lot more determined than during the primary. You obviously are taking this general election.
Oh, I am taking it very, very seriously. I've been wanting to do this, as I've been saying, since 2007. I've been planning for this. I planned my whole school retirement around the basis that I want to be the next Volusia County chair. So I know some people are surprised about who came in second and all that. I told you that I was not surprised, and I am going to go full tilt. I'm not about to lose now.
Right. Well, you have a good showing among 3 people at 40% or 40+%. Yeah. And of course, our Insta poll indicated that 63 to 65% of the people were surprised that Doran was knocked out of the box.
Yeah.
Second place is the surprise that your opponent was in it.
Yes.
And then last is that you didn't win it outright.
Right.
I think that was a given considering there's 3 people.
I agree.
With that email that you sent out, getting the Democrats to get fired up, I spoke to the Republican Executive Committee Chair, Stanley Escudero, and he actually gave you a compliment. He said, yes, I told him, I said that you were representing a conservative point of view as a Democrat.
Yeah.
And he actually said, yes, his responses or his actions on the budgets and as a county council member over the last few years indicates that. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm really proud of that, Henry. I wouldn't have the number of Republicans supporting me if I had not been very fiscally conservative. I mean, I think that's what they really like. And so you can talk about other issues, but when it comes down to it, the Republicans, and I have so many, probably if you did the math on it, I would bet it's very close. If not, I have more Republicans supporting me than Democrats as far as writing a check. So I think so. And so I asked myself, well, why are they doing that? Because they've looked at my record and they know when it comes to the budget, keeping taxes low, I have been doing that. Well,
we've got a hurricane and then not much of one left. I guess it pretty much skirted us on its way to New Orleans. It's pretty windy out, but there's a lot of rain. Those are the fireworks, the Republican National Convention. More focus on that than the actual committee. What could top that at the Democratic National Convention?
I know you just wonder, but I know that this is supposed to be the big week for the Republican Party, and I'm sure that it will be. There'll be a lot of excitement, and they'll have their week to kind of shine, and then it'll be the Democrats' turn. So that's part of politics in the USA.
Last question. Now that Mr. Bruno has had his Volusia County retrospect, 2005, 2012, and he's going on the big battle with Dorothy Hugo for the state Senate seat.
Yeah, that's going to be a battle.
Are you ready to be the face of Volusia County?
I'm so excited, Henry. You just have to know, I've been wanting to do this for so long. I have prepared myself. I'm anxious to be up there. When I see Frank up there speaking, I'm thinking in my head, next year I'll be doing something like this, and I'm just ready. I'm still learning. I'm listening. I know county government isn't perfect. I'm going to try to make it better, and that's what I'm prepared to do.
Well, for a conservative, excited Carl Persis, this is Henry Frederick of Headline Surfer.